Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and you're tuning in to the gentlemen. You know the rest. Ladies and you're tuning in to the gentlemen. The Gentleman's Podcast. What's good, the Hood family? How y'all feeling? Old heads, young bucks, soft legs, hard legs. Welcome back to another episode of the Gentleman's Podcast. It's me, your host, the Triple G, and to the A to the Z, not the innovator for the fool. And if you could put two and two together, probably you could tell by the name of this episode, the Gentleman's Mentality, or ways of a true G, true gentleman. Then you kind of get the concept of it. Before we even really get into the episode, gotta put the record straight. Like, the word gentleman, being a gentleman, is not only, at least from mine, my gentleman, it's not subjective to just men, because it says gentlemen. It just don't sound right. Gentlewoman. I know y'all got like a whole different word for it, but you could be a gentleman too. You feel me? So really the premises of this episode, bro, like a long time ago, like 2 years ago, when I was going through my my world Great Depression of wanting to change, switch character identities to kill the character I had been carrying from my time in high school into the real world, and then to develop and find a true, true me, the true Triple G. You feel me? I want the Triple G before and the Triple G now. You feel me? So, but before I was a god and a genius, I was always a gentleman first. So 2 years ago, around the time I was in college somewhere, I wrote this out, and kind of been like trying to follow it ever since. So I kind of just want to elaborate on this and just like talk about just being a true authentic person. We don't even really got to keep, that's what I mean. Oh, that's one of the things of being a gentleman, but we finna get into it, bro. So off rip, I looked at, of course, the world, like, everybody got their own, definition of quote unquote gentleman. Like, the world definition of gentleman is a chivalrous, courageous, and an honorable man. You feel me? It's simple as that. Mine is not really too far off of that, but it's kind of like one of those words, and I don't really know which one it is. It might be chivalry. One of those words is to like pertain to, meaning to like pertain to women in a way more than rather than anything. Now I'm not saying like it's something wrong with that, and don't do it at all and shit like that. I'm not telling you to go be, an ass and nothing like that. I'm just saying, like, and then the way how to have some girls got it set up, it's kind of like, to them being a gentleman is all about simple gestures for women. Opening the car door, opening, opening just all type of doors, or just doing small simple shit. Now I mean, like, if it's a part of your character, do that. Go ahead, so be it. Don't be, I'm saying, like, don't be one of them people who, just doing it because you got a extra interior motive. Or don't be, you talking to a girl and she just, because you call yourself a gentleman, she just expecting you to do this shit all the time. No, it's like, that's why it's no better place to learn this shit rather than Triple G. Because it's like, I grew up with, what was I finna say? I don't want to. I grew up like the majority of everybody listening to this, bro. So it's like, now I can say I grew up in a female dominant family, so I know how some women kind of expect to be treated. That's not this generation of girls. I'm not, we ain't really. I don't know. That's why I changed the definition a little bit. But we gonna get into that later. We gonna get into that too. But yeah. So I watched. I kind of know how they want to be treated. I kind of know that the quote unquote. Y'all can't see it with with my finger. So I'm saying. So I'm say the quote unquote, but the quote unquote rules of being a man. Shit like we was taught growing up. Well, hopefully we was all taught growing up. Like, um, the man got to walk on the outside of the street, and I mean on the outside of the sidewalk, close to the street and shit like that. Which I mean, like I understand that in a way, but it's kind of like some of that shit just get challenged in my head because it's like all that because you a man shit or as a man shit. I don't know. You don't throw that shit out the window. So basically, I gave y'all the true definition of, well, not the true definition, but like the definition, that's in the dictionary of what a gentleman is. It's chivalrous, and I hope I'm saying that word right. Chivalrous, courteous, and honorable man. And then I'm not gonna say it's guaranteed, but for the women, when they get gentlemen, they expect somebody who is of willing to just cater to them in all type of ways. Kind of like a pushover in a way. Like I could say like women expect, even though they, some make it sound like, oh, I want a man who do this and do that, and they wouldn't get around a person like that, or shit like that. It's like you either get pushed over or she don't know what to do with you, so it don't last. It don't go nowhere. You feel me? But my definition, the true definition of a gentleman, the new and refounded definition of a gentleman, it's kind of like the the real definition, but it's like simple changes, and it's not really like it's simple changes through the words, but it's actions and behaviors and shit like that got major changes behind it. It's different. So my definition of being a gentleman for my brothers, for my hard legs and soft legs out there, bro, is an honorable and honest being who is true to themselves and others. Yeah, I'm kind of elaborate on that because it's like everybody and their auntie, grandma, cousin, claim they real or claim they, claim whatever seems to be popular at the time. That's what they are. It's like I don't know. I personally feel like I feel like I kind of could see through that a little bit, which is why I don't really like. I don't know. I don't want to say like I feel like I'm a kind of alone in the universe, but it's like I haven't really been. I'm yet to find those other quote gentlemen in the world. Other honest and honorable, true to themselves people in the world. I've rubbed elbows with people who showed some qualities of those. I've rubbed elbows with people who potentially could be a gentleman, but once they get in a group, they don't know how to, they gotta play people pleasing and shit like that. So that's not really what necessarily drove this episode to being created, but it's kind of played a role in the shit a little bit. So without like further ado, let me get into the ways of a true gentleman. There's 9 of them. I'm gonna talk about them, as I wrote them down. I'm gonna read them, explain them, expand on it, and you let me know something about it by the end of it. If you on the right page, if you're on the same page, type thing. So first but not least, to have a gentleman mentality is to see the best in everyone. Now I mean, like, as I'm reading these, just think, like if somebody pop up in mind, rather they do these things or not, use it as an example of like who would be considered like, I guess, a gentleman in a way, and who would be like, I don't want to say if you're not a gentleman you're an asshole and not like that, but like it just something else. It's just not what it is. Not a G for real. You bogus as hell if you still think G stand for gangster. Don't nobody wanna know. No sir, no sir. You feel me? So like I said, to have a gentleman mentality is to see the best in every person. Um, I just made an episode not too long ago talking about the seven heavenlies and seven deadlies. The pride was the number one sin, and that's being overconfident in yourself and your own accomplishments and achievements rather than you know being humble, rather than boosting others and showing others to strengthen themselves and shit like that. Now, I'm not saying, as a gentleman, you have to be humble like it's necessary, because it is times where you just gotta pop your shit and just gotta be like, and there's nobody that can fuck with me. You gotta let it be known a little bit. That's just how it is. But to have like what I mean by to have a gentleman mentality is to see the best in every person, bro. I mean, like in certain situations, you're not gonna always be the best fit, for everything. Or, you might have like a duo or like a friend group or something to where like you feel like I don't want to say you feel like you're a group leader, but you feel like you the main prospect a little bit. Like you do everything, you really the go to. You gotta, instead of letting it hype your head up a little bit or feeding into, you the best and you all this shit, but instead of getting cocky, inspire others to, you know, want to be better themselves, or and not even just like friend group and nothing like that. I know that was kind of like a horrible example. I mean, like in the real world too, like just like when people sad and shit like that. Now I'm not saying go, hey buddy, this is gonna be okay, and no, because sometimes it just be like, what the fuck you at least me personally, I'd be like, what the fuck is you crying for, or like, what the fuck you sad about and shit like that. Even though it's genuine emotion, is just like for what? But you just gotta, use your inner strength to shine a light on others rather than shining a light on yourself all the time. Basically, is what I mean by see the best in every person. Because it's like people when I say all that to say like it's a lot of people in the world to where like you show them one thing they not familiar with or that they dislike or one thing that just ain't like what's the word? I don't want to say weird, but it's like it's not normalized. They'll be quick to shoot a horse while you down or take a nigga little bit of confidence left or something like that. Rather than rather than rather than not don't show a blind eye to the to the red flags and shit, but like don't just like I'm trying to think of an example to where y'all could get what I'm saying. But I think y'all are gonna get it. Don't shine light on just the red flags. That's what most people do. Like they hear or see one thing they don't like and they just go right to it rather than still trying to figure out, people and um, focus on helping them focus on the green flags and they now I mean some people just like to live in the negative. When you get to a point where you just feel like, yeah, bro, ain't nothing I can do to help these people. Then you gotta let it, let them run off, bro. Which lead me to the next thing, which lead me to number two. Um, help others even when it doesn't benefit you. You know. Now, how many people do y'all know? Do we know in general that's like only call you when they need something, or you know, only like do something for somebody for the fate of a bragging right, or for the fate of yeah, basically a bragging right, like a UOB or like a don't forget I did this, so you got to do this type of thing, which is it's kind of like another like another scene we was talking about. I don't really remember. It was a minute ago, but yeah, it's like like it's just like I don't know. For me personally, something about like helping other people when I can, in a comfortable manner, just make me like, it give me a +10 to all attributes for the rest of the day. Kinda is what it feel like. I can do one little simple, even if it's something as we in the store and somebody asks me, do I know if they sell such and such, such and such? Now I mean like any other person probably would have been like, I don't know, motherfucker, I don't work here. Put it up. Or something like that. Why you don't just nah, brother, I don't know. Or nah, maybe it's saying, try over here, try over there, just from the faint of heart for real, not just from the faint of, and it'd be crazy like when it's somebody you closer to too, like you can ask for something simple or shit like that, and it's just like, don't. I would personally hate to be friends with somebody who was like a, we can't help him up, I can't do nothing for nobody because, you're gonna always want something in return. I would hate to be one of those type of people. Not to say like, let other people just, oh, I need help with this or I need help with this. I'm gonna just go ahead, ask him, ask him, ask him, and then you just say yes all the time. Now, I mean, like as we get through the list, I think it'll all add up. Like help others. Look see and see the best in everybody is the two things we went over right now. Number three, like, and it's crazy how it's all kind of correlated because I was just talking about don't just be out here, just helping any and everybody because they asking and it's a quote gentleman thing for you to do because number three, understand people will try to take advantage of you, but hold your ground. You feel me? Now look, all of these is I've implemented in my life already. So it's like, eh, it's real. It's true. We probably had some experiences with it. I know I have, but number three for sure. Understand people will try to take advantage of you, but hold your ground. It's like, how can I put this one? When I say, understand people gonna, like I was just saying with the helping, people ask you to help them and all that shit simply because they know that you'll do it, or just simply like, if you always the happy go lucky, you know, friends, put other people and other things before yourself all the time and shit like that. People will realize that, and they not going, the whole don't take my kindness for weakness. It's not one of them type situations. It's just you know, you in the middle of the street, you finna get ran over multiple times. Like you laying down in the middle of the street. It's one of them type of situations. It's like, if you understand my analogy, like if laying down in the middle of the street, they just gonna run over you until you stand up and just be like, nah, for ain't none of that shit. Because personally, like most of my experiences with that came from like family and shit like that, a little minor shit. So it's not like, you know, I guess it's like a little minor shit for right now. Like now that I'm thinking about it, like it actually is a little minor shit, but it's like, look, that's all it take though for you to really just like peep certain shit, just lock in. It's just like, oh, okay, now I gotta know how to, you know, not not be in this situation, how to remove myself from this situation or shit like that. Um, yeah, it's just, I don't know, and that kind of lead us to number four: turning any situation slash predicament into a happy slash positive situation. Now, when I'm saying this, I understand. Well, I don't. I understand some people that might sound like a, oh, you just avoiding conflict. You just running away from problems. Da, 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 shit like that. No, it's I, it's all the mental thing, bro. It's all the mental thing. That literally gentleman mentality, bro. It's your behaviors and how you think and how you act. So if the if a situation presents itself and it doesn't have already if it's not like a life or death situation or nothing like that, you have a choice then to change how you want to review it. You know, you could look at any. Let's think of a minor situation. The line's too long at a grocery store. But you got to a groceries, you in line already, but the line's is too long. You can either look at it as in like, oh, we gonna be here all day, shit like that, complaining and ranting, like that's gonna make the line move faster. That's by the time when you do all that, it's gonna make everything seem like it's going slow. Everything gonna be just like become increasingly more irritating, shit like that. Rather, if you in that line, you could just be, just appreciate that it's other people behind you and they not complaining. You know, it's like y'all all. I'm pretty sure y'all all work. We all do something. So it's like you understand the whole aspect of like, okay, it's only one person behind the cash register. They're trying to do it as fast as they can. Minor conveniences of life might happen. Somebody might have forgot something. Somebody might not have enough to buy the groceries or something like that. You don't never know. But all the complaining and making it a bigger negative situation than it already is not, beneficial to nobody mentally or physically in that situation. If anything, you're irritating everybody around you, and you're showing that you're a very selfish person. You feel me? Like that's just facts. And next, I gotta move to number 5 because I feel like that was the best. That was the best explanation and shit we just had through all 4 of them. So number 5, never shy away from the truth, but move with authentic energy. Whether people have accepted their truth or not. Okay. Now look, when I say that, bro, because you gotta know how to play the game too. You gotta know how to play the game. Some people, the truth hurts. Rather, you've heard that before, you know it or not. That shit hurt, especially if it's coming from a person who haven't, especially if the truth is being told to a person who hasn't accepted their own truth yet. Like prime example, back in like I don't know 2023, I was found myself smoking every day. I'm talking about doing nothing productive with life, just fried, toasted every day. Did a little drinking here and there, but main thing was fried toast every day. I told everybody I was with, nothing tell nobody that I was really ready to change or nothing like that. But I threw subtle hints, shit like then now I ain't gonna say like not even really subtle hints, but I was just like calling and letting everybody like calling everybody fiends and shit like that, and pointing out how like how some patterns is, to where it's like I know some people who just have to wake up and get fried and all that shit. Can't really do nothing without having to get fried for shit like that. Them would be the people I would say, oh, you become a fiend, you finna fiend. That word by itself was like setting a trigger off in some people's mind and making people feel the type of way because it's like once I elaborate, once I say you a fiend, and then you like, oh no, 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 try to come back, and then I go and then I drop the truth of like, bro, look at it, you can't do nothing without smoking. You need, you need to gotta be on some type of drug, influence, or substance to just maneuver throughout your day and life. Is like, insane. I don't have them problems because it's like I stopped myself from having those problems. I nerfed myself a long time ago when I started to smoke this shit. So it's like, that's just an example. It's like it's multiple. It's multiple. Let me see. Let me see if I can think of another one. But it wasn't like I wasn't calling people fiends and nothing like that off of like I'm better than you. You can't put the weed down type of energy. No, it was just off of like I don't know. Everybody received things different, but it was to me it was just from my intention, my authentic intention was to, because growing up, not even growing up, just like around that time, I was always looking at it like people would come to me for my advice and then go against the advice. So in my mind, if I'm telling you you're a fan, boom, 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 you would do anything in your power to, oh nigga, who a fan? What? Shut up. You know, on some like prove me wrong type shit, not get sensitive, go in your shell and prove me right, type of thing. Which I mean, over time, it has, some people came to me, I was like, I don't even smoke no more. I don't do this no more. I don't do that no more. So I mean, it worked. It worked. But, and it's like I could have did, you can handle situations better than that. That was just a prime example that popped up on my noggin. So number 6, don't indulge in unnecessary activity. And when I say unnecessary activity, I mean like gossip, brainless arguments, um, really, yeah, really just arguments in general because it's like gossip and the arguing, and I mean like domelessly scrolling over like dumb shit though. Like we can't control what we scroll and see for real, but well, you can, but you can't. You feel me? It's like I don't know. That's not really the main. That's not really the main point. I don't really give a fuck to be honest about all that. You watch and do. You gonna watch whatever the fuck you wanna watch. That ain't got nothing. I know. They ain't got nothing to do with that. But the whole gossiping and arguing, yeah. As a gentleman, that's not really a part of our character. I mean, like if you just a messy individual, like you just, that stuff excites you, then hey, go ahead. But I know one thing: everybody like drama until it's their drama, and all that shit's bound to come back around. So I'm gonna need you to, look out for that. Look out for that because it's not nobody. Nobody is really like. I don't want to say nobody really innocent, but like nobody's better than the next person type of thing. So it's like, you gotta just tread lightly in a way, So talking about other people's situations or arguing about brainless things that don't benefit nobody or don't really matter for real. What are you getting from that? Like kind of losing brain cells by doing both of them. And if you got and you might not be a person that gossip because I'm pretty sure we all feel like well, no, some people know that's what they do and that's what they here for. But if you like me and you kind of, be or you don't be around other people, but you'll be around people to where it's like, when you is around people, you could realize you could hear what they actually saying and listen between the lines rather than you know the outside shit that's just hitting the air. I mean, what they saying that's just hitting the air. Then you could really be able to point and point and tell your people that that gossiping and all that shit is like that shit lame. Which point us to number 7. Oh my god, look! When I wrote this shit 2 years ago, I did not think about how smooth this would be if I wanted to record it. So look, they move us to number 7. Call out BS when you see it. Main thing we need is accountability. Now that's facts. Um, everything, everything we need in the world for real is really just guidance, accountability, and responsibility, and the world to be a better place for real, for real. Now I'm not saying use any of this to maneuver as in like I'm better than you in any type of way. And I constantly keep saying that because I used to be a person of that stature in a way. I used to go around, you know, cocky to being cocky to everybody outside of my friend group. Even sometimes in my friend group, I used to, no, you can't fuck with me, just talking shit, just. But like to me, I was playing, but in reality, like those words, I didn't really understand the impact of my words at those times. So that's why I'm saying like don't go around boasting and shit like that because you never know how people perceive you. You never know who, what character people have of you. Not saying that you should care or nothing like that, but like you might be around some people who look up to you, who aspire by you, but they're not gonna tell you that because it's like they know you. Oh yeah, nigga, you better look up to me then. You ain't got nobody else to look up to. Shit like that, like who the fuck wanna, you know? But call out BS when you see it. Main thing we need is accountability. Um, I mean, like call out BS, like gaslighting, manipulating, lying for no reason. Little shit that can be major shit, but it's really little shit if you just, you kill it from the beginning. I encourage all my brothers to, tell the truth at all the times because it's like how I look at it. You shouldn't be doing nothing to where you can't, openly talk about it or tell the truth about it because it's like we grown now. We know we old, so all that. Yeah, I didn't know, and throw a rock and hide your hand stuff. That shit don't work when you get older. Like you can't. Nah, ain't no look, cuz ain't no he did this, he did that. No, nigga, you did that. What role did you play in that? Don't tell me about what everybody else did. I'm probably getting all off the sorts when I'm talking about the BS shit. But I mean, like, you ever been around, a couple of the guys or, female friends or something like that, and now I'm not saying like if your homie or your friend in some type of relationship and they cheat or nothing, I'm not saying like, go take that information and go tell a partner. That's some whole different shit. That's bogus. But I mean, like, if you not one of them people and you catch your homie or your girl, like one of your female friends or something, going against the grain and doing some like unbodily shit, like some unholy shit, like some, like if they cheat or something like that, and you don't really, and that don't fit your character, that don't fit, her character. Obviously, it fit whoever character doing it, but if it don't fit your stature, you don't want that to be around your energy, and you don't want to be around that type of stuff. You would pull your people to the side and tell them like, hey, you was in a full like relationship. I mean, if the shit not happy, end it off. But if it's something, why the fuck is you doing this? Shit like that. Like just pull a motherfucker to the side and another thing, like with the call out your BS, I would advise, don't make it like a public thing. Like don't try to correct nobody in public, especially if it's like somebody you I don't even gonna say especially. Just don't do it in public unless it's like that's the only time you can do it. And I mean, still mind your business. Don't be going out here trying to be a superhero, nigga. You ain't special. But I'm saying like, just what I'm saying like, just when you sniff the bullshit and you smell the bullshit and it hits your nose, either just observe and then point it out to somebody later, or like if you got it like that and you want to, then you can just address it right then and there, but no matter where y'all at and shit like that. But I mean, hey, I wouldn't advise that because it's like the world out here crazy. Boy, ain't no telling who you gonna be, who you gonna be correcting, who you talking to, nothing. You feel me? So yeah. But number 8 is no such thing as choosing a side in every situation. Feelings aside, logic first. I had to. Now that one, what was that? Number 8? Okay, so we got this one and then one more. But so number 8 was something I had to learn from. I learned from my siblings. Like I told y'all 1,000 times, I'm the oldest of 7. So growing up, it was just like the main word was kind of compromise in a way, but in certain situations it'd just be like that, say like, because I was the oldest, so my word was kind of like the not necessarily the final word, but like when I'm trying to put it down, like I was the kind of like to say my other two of my other younger siblings to go at it and do something, to where it's like they both got their own story to tell. I would be the remaining, the defining word of like, what happened type shit. Like, like I'm the what really happened type of sip. I'm like what they call it, the parent, not the parent, but like I'm the oldest, so you can make it up. You make it make sense how it go. But yeah, the whole choosing side, the whole favorites thing and all that shit really was like a big lesson for me when I was like 10, 11. I didn't realize the whole, that's when I started understanding emotions and for real from other people and shit like that. Cause it's like, those little things matter too. Like if they going and disputing at each other and shit like that, or even just in the world with friends and shit like that, like choosing a side is not, it's not the best option at all. The only option really to do is, you know, side with the truth, and whoever wrong is whoever wrong. Now, if you don't know nothing about it, pull yourself out of it and simply just, I don't know, like at a basketball court. If you watching the game, and a foul happen, and they look over to the side like, hey, bro, that was a foul. Man, most niggas main answer to that is like, shit, I ain't see it, I wasn't watching, you know. But sometimes it is that one person, hell yeah, that was a foul, bro, hell yeah. Or or nah, bro, that wasn't no, I never really heard no people that say, nah, that wasn't no foul for real, unless they on the other team, the team of who the foul is being committed on, you know. But yeah, it's just like, just take. I'm basically just saying like take feelings away from choices we make like that, to where it's like actually take feelings away from all the choices you make. Cause yeah, following. I'm not saying following your heart is bad. I'm saying your feelings, your emotions, making emotional choices is what kind of could lead you down. Some type of block, some type of roadblock. You know, like you like trust me, just trust me, bro. Because it used to happen. I used to do this shit all the time. Like I would be bored off the simple feeling of being bored. I would go get in like two, three relationships. Probably break one up. And this was back in the day. I don't do none of this shit now. But it's like I could use my old life as examples, to better the new life type. Yeah, you get it, bro. So number 9, and last, of course not least, I just ran out of room on the paper after this, but these is really the only ones that came to mind. And this is the most important one. No matter what, remain true to yourself. Certain things out here are simply to throw us off. Now, I keep, I feel like, the whole phrase "be true to yourself" is something I've probably said 100 times in the last year. Cause it's like, once you break out of your own facade and you able to, you know, once you know who you is for real and what you authentically, what you feel like you put here to do, what it is you like truly like to do and shit like that. Rather if you got 1,000 people backing you up or not, then you can really just like look at everybody and everything kind of different. And once again, like I'm saying, not under a I'm better than you situation, nothing like that. Just under like, seeing past the exterior type of thing. How everybody like, everybody just want to be. I don't want to necessarily say quote unquote pick me's or nothing, but everybody want to be like, what's the word I'm looking for? Known. I forgot what song it was I was listening to, but they said about like something like everybody really want to be a little Instagram famous. Nobody really want to be nameless for real. And that's facts, but everybody trying to be like the same in a way. And I've been stressing that for the longest, so I'm not even finna go into that. But what I could tell you though is just be, just be you. Just be, true to you and shit like that. Cause I know some people who got like special talents, abilities and shit like that, but they don't really hone them or, really try to like, use them no more because it's just like it's not quote unquote cool no more, something like shit like that, But and then another thing about just like being true to yourself or remaining there, like once you get there, of course it's not gonna be. I'm not gonna say it's all sunshines and clouds. It ain't just all beautiful and peaceful. I mean, you do find true and authentic peace, and you do find yourself, but you're gonna have moments where it's just like you feel like you're the only one in the world for real and shit like that. But it's not bad. It's really like it just help you. It kind of have it for a reason. Isolation. Like if anybody listening to this went through any type of like recent isolation to where it was just like, you know, all your so-called friends and shit like that, y'all just don't like really communicate no more, and it's just like you don't know why, but it's just like it just happened like that. It's because somebody's in isolation, bro. It's like it's time for you to focus on you and work on you and let everything else come back to you in a whole new form and a whole new upgrade thing. Like on a whole energy and vibration type of level, you gotta break out from the one you was in now to where you're supposed to be. And that's where the true self comes out from. But I mean, that's really it. So other than that, I don't know. We're going to cut it right here. Got a good little, 30 some minutes? Oh, 40. All right, well, that's it. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Gentleman's Podcast. That's your host, Nas the Innovator, signing out for another great day, another great episode. Hopefully beneficial to some people out there. God damn, that bright light, that light bright as hell. But we out. Love y'all and peace.